Hello race fans, I'm Colonel Failure and this is Motorsport Manager with the ongoing trials and tribulations of Bulldozer Power. We open today with the results from the World Motorsport Championship where Carl Johnson managed to finish first ahead of James Fishburn and Virtua Telspikorai, which leaves the overall standings with Johnson in first, then Fishburn, then 8-6. Telspikorai, which is an easy name to say, as you can probably tell, is now in fifth, having had two good races back-to-back. In the Asia-Pacific Super Cup, H&R, followed by Pix, Elator and Wolfbite, are the top three from this particular race, putting 4-star at top of the table, who could only manage a fourth place in this particular race, with Chinar in second, the teammate of 4-star, and Hawk in third. And then, of course, the only series that matters, and we see Hans 00 coming away with another win, with Sarah Thomas in second, and Bulldozer Power's very own hero of the revolution, Vanessa Silveira, in third place, capping off what was a tremendous weekend for the team. Hazel finished in 11th overall, but even so, had a good race no matter that, because he was driving the bad car. So Gary's reporting back on the condition of the cars, and the big news actually is that Hazel's car has only dropped 24%, which is much better than we would do normally. That's interesting. Means that there is possibility for shaving some weight off the cars if we think that it will help us be more productive. Anyway, Silveira's car has dropped by almost 50%, so it's only 19 hours to get this fixed, and that's good news. Simon Higgins is here for some questions for XPC Sport. I wonder what revelatory nonsense he's got for me. Let's have a go. After his win today, we were wondering if you had any thoughts about Hans 00, thinking of working with him in the future. I'd love to work him with on the team. He's an interesting driver. Anything happen? No, I'm very happy with our current drivers. Hans 00 can't hold a candle to Vanessa Silveira. There we go. Oh no, I've given her a personality trait. What she earned there. Buttered up. The driver is open to discussing terms with me. Well, I should flipping hope so. She's already on the team. Crying out loud. Gary's talking about the pit crew. We had 4 pit stops in total. Fastest was 10 seconds, which is our previous record, broken once again, despite having a couple of pit members in the wrong places. Several of you, fans of the series, commented to that fact after the last race. But we'll get to them in a minute, because I noticed that there are 5 notifications for me waiting there. Lisa Amorosi reports a hard-fought win for 00. Garuda Racing came out on top. Thomas finishing second. Silveira running out the podium. Something about Garuda Racing boss collecting the trophy, but not talking about me. I'm less interested. Sophia Harris is reporting about Calvin Griffin, and well, let's have a look and see what he's made of. No? There we go. Right. Griffin, he's all right. He's kind of middle of the road. He's only got like just under 3 stars potential going on, but I'm not really that bothered anyway, because we're motoring through everyone I have yet to scout, just in order to round out my knowledge more than anything else. So I'm sure we'll get more scout reports come in over time. Meanwhile, what's going on in Pit Central? Right. Right, Crumpo's still pretty tired. Wakefield is also flagging a little, while Caton is far more capable than he was last week. In fact, no, I haven't put him in yet. We could hire some more pit crew. I don't want to hire any more pit crew. I want to make do with what I've got, because that would make sense. But what we could do here is we could put... we could swap Onyedinma. Okay, fine. We'll go with that. We'll swap him for Kato, and then we shall put him straight back in again in place of Wakefield, capitalising on our tyres while making sure that the fore and rear jack have someone at least somewhat competent in charge of looking after them. I might also, while we're here, if we swap round Crumpo with... who would you swap Crumpo with? I mean, I'd want to bring in Becerra again, because he's better. Yeah, sure, let's do that. Let's bring Becerra back in, making sure that we've got a really top-notch team in place for the next race. We have got one mistake down for Becerra, but frankly, I think that was just an aberration. Let's see who is available, just on the off chance that there's a total rocket scientist out here somewhere. Mistake chance 0%. Might not be very quick, but 0%'s good. But I'm not hiring any of you jokers. On with the show. Right, Gary's fixed up both the cars. Let's go and have a look and see how they're coming on. We should possibly get another design on the go as well. Would be sensible, and the quicker I do that, the more we'll progress. Reliability, right, both engines are at 64%. I'd like them 75 or over. That would be good. Meanwhile, let's have a look. Brakes. Yeah, brakes look a little bit uninspired, I guess. It'd be nice if we could sell this this additional engine, given that it's not going to do us a lot of good. Let's put the better engine into a bit of performance work as well. That's the way. Right, grand. And then, oh, actually, let's have a look at the next race. So, Tondela is the next one. Acceleration, low speed corners, and top speed. Acceleration, that's your gearbox. So, gearbox is already reliable. Top speed's useful. Let's take the suspension out. Let's put the better gearbox in instead, and then I think we might go working on a new gear. No, let's work on some new suspension. Our second suspension set is really quite lackluster, so let's get that going. These guys are going to be good to get me done before the race. To be honest, the engines will be fine way before that, so I could switch something else in before then. But let's go and design a new part. Right, gearbox. Let's have a look. No, you didn't say, you decided against gearbox. You went suspension. Let's go and have a look. There we go. Right. So, now that's the only one that really matters. But I guess we go with extra reliability. How boring is that? I don't want to do risky suspension, because if I get busted for that, then all that work goes down the pan immediately. You can't do anything with it. Do we chance it? I mean, look, you get a reduction in red zone and 25% extra speed in medium corners. I mean, it's almost a no-brainer, but... Oh, what are we talking about here? Low risk. Yeah, but how low is low? You know what? Yeah, all right, fine. We'll go with this, and then after it's done, we'll add... I mean, look at some of the stuff we've got in here. Some of this is terrific. Yeah, all right. Yeah, let's go for. I'm going to regret this. I'm sure of it. But you know, you people want to see some drama, so let's make the safety checks start to be a little bit more interesting by risking it with a dicey part. Okie dokie. Well, Sophia is back once again with another bit of scouting. Camille Piaget. Ooh, crumbs. She's good. 20 feedback, I mean, in the ideal practice driver, and 19 consistency. That's nice. With fitness and adaptability pretty good as well. Not so hot on the cornering. Not that it matters, because we're not hiring her anyway. Let's get the next one in. There we go. This is Chica Balcazar we're going to have a look at next. We'll see how it goes. Meanwhile, what else have we got going on? Right, Freddie has finished the suspension. Performance of 204 is, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's all right. So we're going to go straight back to the workshop, and we're going to design another one. Design a new part. And it's going to be suspension. Right, okay, so we will take the Chansey original set there, and then we get another one on top of it. What do we think? I think you go for the one that adds plus 40 to the maximum capable in medium speed corners, surely. I mean, you could go for just a flat 30, Additional reliability is not bad. No. You go for the big gun, or you don't go at all. Yeah, we'll take it. Yeah, go on. I'll spend another 900,000 on suspension, because clearly that's something that I need. Right, and then we'll have a look at the improvement situation. Both engines are now at 78. That's a little better. The gearbox, how's that coming on? Our top level gearbox is now 251. Okay, we'll drop that out. We'll put the secondary gearbox in. And then, what else do we feel? What else are we feeling good about? There's not much we can do for this gearbox. It's going to pick up a little bit more work, but not a massive amount. Our chancy suspension at 204 is already better than the best that we're running right now. But I'd rather save. I mean, even if that means sacrificing this next race, or does it? Yeah, you see, because I'd have to stick this into reliability work now, which would mean it wouldn't be done in time for the race. That said, the engines should be fine. Should be fine. Let's do it. Here's my rationale, and that is that if we make some progress here, let's go that way just a little. If we make some progress on this suspension, even if we get done for using illegal parts after the race, hold on, you lose position as well, don't you? I've got another set being made. Anyway, that's where I was going with that. Let's pursue this course of action and see where it gets us. Hey, look, another scouting report. It's Carlo T. Curious, who is outstanding. Carlo has got a bright future ahead of her. 18 overtaking, 20 braking, 17 cornering. That's a racing driver right there. Is there something where I can kind of go, I would be interested in signing you in the future, and I think you would be a fine driver? Probably. You got 7 months left on your contract. Ooh. And you're currently being paid $500,000 a race, and you are driving in the top flight. It's very unlikely she'll come drive for me. But, you know, well, that's life, that is. Chris Cannon. Get searched, Chris Cannon. Right, okay, Anna Wardell. She's got a dilemma. Fitness course. Legendary fitness guru Dan Hardsmith has a slot available in his Get Fit or Die intensive exercise course. Now, between you and me, we both know that Vanessa Silvera could do with getting off the sofa every once in a while. Should I book her in? And don't let her skip leg day for £500,000. Yeah, go on, stick her in there. I'm spending the money. We're gonna turn Vanessa into some kind of robo driver. Right, so she's picked up an extra trait there. Let's see what it does. Fitness courses. +2 fitness, +5 improvability. So she's fitter. She's still not a great driver, if I'm honest. I mean, you know, she might be our lead driver, but she's not all that, though, is she? I mean, the overtaking is really the weakness, as well as the smoothness that we've got on there. You know, Hazel's got way more going for him because of that stat right there. That's the one. If it wasn't for this stat right here, you know, we'd and he's even got a personality trait to take him up from 1 to 3. Oh, dearie me. However, we're going to stick with what we've got. The new rule is that if you are in the lead car and you have a good race, you get to keep the lead car. That's how this is going to go. Right, it's mail time once more. Maiko Kitasato is hated by his own mechanics. ERS may not be a popularity contest over at Octane Racing. Things are getting nasty. Kitasato is a complete prat. You can't talk to her. Oh, so I beg your pardon. Maiko's a she. She lives in La La Land. What do you expect when they get paid millions a year? Well, indeed. Anna Wardell, brief reports. 36-lap race. Nice short laps, this one. Lap record is 1:15 on the weather front. Things are expected to be dry with 10% chance of rain. It's going to rain. Without too many chances of the cars to get to top speed, this track really favours excellent acceleration. Zambelli Engineering has the best gearbox in the championship, so they will do well. Super soft and soft, that's it. Thank you. Nicky Boy, deceleration. Hi, Colonel. Oh, brakes are so weak right now, I don't feel like I can plant my foot down with any confidence. It gives me a really hard time when I try to overtake him. I don't feel I'm going to get a good... You're just terrible at braking, Nick. All right? Okay? You're just bad at... Look at your braking stats, mate. Look, you're just bad at braking. All right? Now shut up and get in the crap car. Meanwhile, it's Nicholas's birthday. Send him a card. Happy birthday, Nicholas. Shut up, Nicholas. So the World Motorsport Championship has completed its tour of the Black Sea, round 5 of the season, and it's Fishburne at the top of the table once again with Ray Don and Mostly Sane in 2nd and 3rd. Former championship leader Johnson only managed 5th this weekend. Tel Spikorai can only come in 7th, missing out on money valuable points, but that is enough to push her up to 4th. The only reason I'm focusing on Tel Spikorai is because at some point, if I say it often enough, I'll be able to pronounce it first time, every time. Meanwhile, in the Asia Pacific Super Cup, Tallulah Hawk has finished top ahead of Frida Fisher and Jack Onion. So that takes Hawk very much 7 points clear at the top of the table, with 4-star and Fisher in 2nd and 3rd. Hawk, meanwhile, despite leading the way at Rosetta Corsa, is not necessarily a shoe-in for the championship. So, pre-race race bites with Carlota Marquez. Let's see what the motorsport world is saying before the race in Tondela. Garuda Racing have been tipped to have a great time on Sunday, with the track suiting their car down to the ground. GMA Insider told us here at JTV Sport that they'd be amazed if Hans 00 doesn't walk away with the top prize. He's the best driver and he's got the best car. It's going to happen. Garuda Racing's Hans 00 is feeling confident about his lead at the top of the driver standings. I'm 4 points ahead of Price, and I feel like I can extend that lead this weekend. Why wouldn't I? At the moment, my team is stronger, and so am I. He's also got a bit of an attitude problem. Away from the front of the pack, struggling Dragon Race Team China will be hoping to see some improvements this weekend in Tondela, as the circuit offers them the chance to pick up some valuable points. This race is a great chance for us to pick up some valuable points, said Hong Lao. Meanwhile, Kurt is here, financial management. Colonel, I've spotted a number of transactions coming out of the account I find concerning. If this spending pattern continues, you're very likely to be low on cash by the end of the season. Keep an eye on it. Here's the thing, Kurt. So, we've got sponsors turning up after a race or two. I'll hit them up for some cash. And then, midway through the season, Kurt, I'm coming for your wallet. Kurt. Same as I do every year. You're going to dip into your wallet. We'll be fine. Don't even worry about it. So the suspension will be finished being designed in 5 hours. I mean, it's going to be so unreliable it's not worth using in this race anyway. But we are now about to head out to race weekend. And following a bit of jiggery-pokery, what have we got? So our main gearbox here, well, this is actually our secondary gearbox, is now up to 193. Very nice. Which is this? You number one? You are number one. Number one engine is up to 246. Pacey. 246 or 250. No sense in taking that any higher. We'll switch in the second engine so that we don't miss any time when we come out of the race. See, that's me thinking ahead. I do this all the time. We'll also stick our better brakes in as well. We want to get the engine up to top spec, brakes, suspension, that should be fine. I switched over and put the secondary engine in to get a bit more reliability out of it. With hindsight, I should have perhaps chosen the better engine. Ho hum, but we'll get those working as soon as the race is done. Yes. Anyway, it's race time. We're going to go with. Why miss with a formula that's been doing all right? We're going to stick with One Chai as our sponsor as we head out to Portugal for a bit of Tondela action. Let's just check on the parts situation here. What have we got going on? Right. Silvera's got the good brakes. Hazel's got his own braking to rely on. The engine, good engine on with Silvera. The gearbox, Silvera's got a good one. And suspension. Do we give Silvera the good suspension? No, we don't. We're going to give it to Hazel because I think Silvera is going to do better in this race anyway, given that she's got the better car. She's got good form right now. It's chancy, and therefore Hazel is going to once again be playing our kind of like reinforcement role here, and we'll see how we get on. There you go. That's my strategy. We're rolling with it. Right, we're off to race weekend. I hope to see you very soon.